Hey, what's going on, fellas? Hey, it feels like, man, forever since we've chatted, and it's only been a couple weeks. Um, hey, I had something on my mind this morning, and I'd like to share it with you, and hopefully, this will help you, maybe with where you're at right now, maybe not, but I hope you get something from it. And so, sitting back this morning, I'm just finishing my core four. My map for today was a gratitude map. The gratitude map was primarily around leadership, but it kind of got me just thinking about some of the things I'm grateful for, specifically within this group. And so, oftentimes when guys ask me kind of what the group's about, I'm like, look, here's the deal. It would probably be life-changing for every male chiropractor to just have some type of accountability group. If you had that, your ROI would be off the charts. If you can develop a really, really solid morning routine, one that encompasses body, being, balance, and business, and you're crushing it in all of those in the morning, prepping yourself, getting in power, mental clarity, and you did that every day, probably be life-changing, right? And so if you took all of the businesses and the practice management systems that are represented in this group alone and the 40 plus guys that represent it, and you picked certain pieces out of certain practices that you really like and you created your own, something that was ultra congruent with you, and not just words on a piece of paper like a script, that would probably be life-changing for most guys, right? So my challenge to you and my challenge to myself this morning is what I believe to be the most powerful thing about the group and about the work is diving deep, and it's a depth conversation. And really what I mean by that is I think the most beneficial thing about this group and the thing that I challenge myself on a daily basis is having a systematic way of tackling the biggest stories which turn out to be obstacles and barriers in our way. So feelings about being inadequate, feelings about not being a proper leader, maybe that's in your business, maybe that's in your family, ways that you've let yourself down in the past, ways that you've let others down in the past. Maybe there's business targets, right? And you feel inadequate to achieve the goals and you don't know if you're that guy, you don't know if you're capable of those things. Maybe you've got issues with relationships from old issues way, way back in the day. And so my challenge to you guys really going forward is, identify a couple of these stories that are holding you back, right? Because I think we like to dance around, we like to flirt with it a little bit. But man, if you can get real and raw and really tackle those head on, and sometimes it's uncomfortable, sometimes it makes for a challenging quarter, but we all know that, the victory is on the other side of those things. And so that's where I'm at this morning. I'm tackling some big stories in my life, things that I want to take the next step with. I'm scared and I'm nervous, but I know that's not the type of guy that I want showing up today. So it's time to tackle those things in a map and a core four. So ask yourself that question: where do you need to go a little bit deeper? What tools do you need to go and dig a little bit deeper? And then what accountability or what support do you need from your brothers in order to stay in that depth long enough to come out victorious? And so love and appreciate you guys. Have a great day.